Morning. We'll go ahead and get started. Welcome, fellow credit union members. The 77th annual meeting of Natco Credit Union will now please come to order. This year's annual meeting is being held virtually via Zoom. Before starting, we wanted to share a few logistical things with everyone. Attendees are all muted. At different times during the meeting, you will be asked to vote with motions by yes or no and given opportunities to ask questions. The chat function should be used to do these things. For historical purposes, the meeting is being recorded. The annual meeting booklet, which includes the minutes from the 2021 annual meeting, the 2021 financials, a list of employees, a list of SEGs, and other historical information, plus the original ballot for board and supervisory elections, was emailed to all registered attendees in advance. Should voting be required for elections, a poll will be launched for you to cast your vote. After 77 years, we are continuing the democratic process of the credit union annual meeting. Indiana law requires the credit union to call its members together once each year so that they can hear the various committee reports on the year just completed and make their voices heard in the operation of the credit union. According to our bylaws, it's necessary for 15 members to be present before the business of the annual meeting can be conducted. Since it's obvious to the secretary that this requirement has been met, I now declare this meeting in session and ready to conduct the business at hand. I will now call the roll of officers. Linda Sharrow, Chairman of the Board, 13 years. David Nutty, Vice Chairman, 7 years. Mike Helms, Secretary, 29 years. Pam Pearson, 29 years. Jack Buckland, 17 years, and myself, Cindy Duke, Treasurer, 30 years. On our supervisory committee, we have Daniel Wandersee, 4 years of service, Paul Weiss, 2 years, Dan Jennings, 1 year, and Donna Kitchell, 1 year. In lieu of door prizes, the credit union will donate $1,000 to the Sylvan Nook Food Pantry in Richmond and $1,000 to the Cross Point Biker Church Mobile Pantry in Connorsville on behalf of the Natco Credit Union membership and to support those in need in our communities. We will have the election of officers next. Jack Buckland is the chairman of the election committee. Those eligible to vote are credit union members 16 years of age and older. The nominating committee, Jack Buckland, Pam Pearson, and David Nutty, have selected the candidates. These people have been contacted and are willing to serve. There are 2 vacancies on the board of directors. Each is for a 3-year term. The candidates for these vacancies are Mike Helms and Linda Sharrow. There's 1 vacancy on the supervisory committee. This vacancy is for a 3-year term as well. The candidate for this vacancy is Daniel Wandersee. The function of the nominating committee is to make certain that there is at least 1 candidate for each vacancy. You've heard the nominations of the committee. It is now your privilege to nominate yourself if you're not satisfied with these nominees. In the event such nominations are made, you must agree to accept the responsibility and liability of the position. We will then add your name to the ballot and vote for the required number to fill the vacancies. Should voting be required for elections, a poll will be launched for you to cast your vote. First, I would like to give you a brief summary of the function and requirements of being a member of the board of directors, and also the function and requirements of being a member of the supervisory committee. For the board, the responsibilities and the primary function are that a member of the board of directors has the authority and responsibility to maintain the general direction and control of the credit union, directs the credit union in accordance with the Federal Credit Union Act, the bylaws, sound business practices, and other rules and regulations, maintains sound financial condition of the credit union, protects the credit union assets against unauthorized or illegal acts, establishes policies, goals, and objectives to be implemented by the CEO and staff, reviews the progress and actions of the CEO and staff, and reports to the membership. The basic requirements are that directors must be members in good standing of the credit union, be able to pass a criminal background check, and should possess the following: a dedication and commitment to the purpose of the credit union and the credit union movement, a dedication and commitment to the board of directors, an understanding of the risks found in depository institutions. Those risks are credit risk, liquidity risk, interest rate risk, compliance risk, strategic risk, transactional risk, and reputation risk, and the internal control structures that limit and control these risks, an ability to read a balance statement, a cooperative and supportive attitude in relations with other board members, the staff, and the membership. Does anyone wish to nominate themselves for the board of directors? If so, please type your full name into the chat section now. If anyone has nominated themselves and is willing to serve, your name will then be added to the ballot. Does anyone wish to nominate themselves for the board of directors? Third call. Does anyone wish to nominate themselves for the board of directors? No names being added. I would like to get a motion to close the nominations. Please enter it in the chat. Now I'd like to have a second to the motion. Thank you. All in favor of closing the nominations for the board of directors, type yes in the chat. All opposed, type no. I'm seeing some yeses come in, so the motion is carried and the nominations for the board of directors are now closed. Now I will tell you what the responsibilities of being a member of the supervisory committee are. A member of the supervisory committee has the authority and responsibility to verify the accounts of members with the records of the treasurer, supervise the acts of the board of directors, credit committee and officers, make or cause to be made a thorough audit of receipts, disbursements, income, assets, and liabilities of the credit union for each fiscal year, and make a full report thereon to the directors. The basic requirements for the supervisory committee members are the same as those of the directors. Does anyone wish to nominate themselves for the supervisory committee? If so, please type your full name into the chat section now. Is there anyone who would like to nominate themselves for the supervisory committee? Third and final request. Is there anyone who would like to nominate themselves for the supervisory committee? Can I get a motion to close the nomination? Just enter it in the chat. And a second to close the nomination. Thank you. All in favor of closing the nominations for the supervisory committee, type yes in the chat. All opposed, type no. Again, I'm seeing a lot of yeses, so the motion is carried and the nominations for the supervisory committee are now closed. Since there weren't any names that were added to the ballot, the candidates listed on the ballot have been elected by acclamation. Congratulations to Mike Helms, Linda Shero, and Daniel Wandersee, and thank you for being willing to serve. The minutes of the last annual meeting can be found in the annual meeting booklet that was emailed to you in advance. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes? Just type it in the chat. Can I get a second? Thank you very much. To accept the minutes as presented, type yes in the chat. To oppose accepting the minutes, type no in the chat. And the yeses are coming in. I will now present the chairman's report on behalf of Linda Shero. We are entering our 78th year of operation and have had a very rewarding year. We finished the year with a strong net worth of 11.87%. This gives us the ability to grow while continuing to provide advanced financial services. In 2021, we were able to roll out several new initiatives because of our financial stability. In 2021, we went through a debit card conversion, which resulted in the offering of contactless cards, as well as the ability to instant issue debit cards in our branches. We also rolled out online appointment booking, which allows members to book their own appointment with a member of our team, in person, virtually, or by phone. Along with this, we moved to an enhanced texting platform for better communication with members. In the last half of 2021, we ran a loan campaign to pay members a rebate to move their auto loans here from other lenders, resulting in $5.5 million in new auto loans and lower rates for our members who took advantage of the offer. Meanwhile, delinquency and charge-offs of loans were at an all-time low. We competed in the Dora Maxwell Social Responsibility Community Service Competition for the state of Indiana and were awarded first place for the VITA work performed at the NCEC. VITA is volunteer income tax preparation, where members of our community can have their taxes prepared at no charge and by our staff at the Empowerment Center. During 2021, we applied for and were awarded over $2 million in CDFI grants. These funds, awarded by the Treasury Department, allow us to loan money to those who might otherwise not qualify for loans. In 2021, we granted over 2,600 loans to members whose credit scores were less than 600. The funds from the CDFI grants facilitate this work that we do and give our members better options for their borrowing needs. And there isn't anybody around us that loans to members with under 600 credit score. These are just a few examples of the initiatives we accomplished in 2021. We pride ourselves in offering the best technology to make our members' lives easier. In 2021, we were once again awarded the 5-star rating from Bauer, which denotes the absolute highest level of banking performance and is the firm's highest rating possible. The award is based on an analysis of our current financial data. Financial institutions who receive this rating are recommended by Bauer for their financial safety and soundness. As part of an ongoing process for the credit union, we spend considerable resources annually on maintaining our network and servers to ensure they are protected against internal and external threats. We have state-of-the-art IT systems and are always looking for changes in the IT environment that could impact our systems. Our staff continues to be heavily involved with our communities, which was a challenge in 2021 with all the closures and cancellation of events. We supported communities and schools and Crestdale and Star schools and provided items needed by both schools. The credit union adopted a family at Christmas and provided gifts for one Crestdale family and provided classroom supplies and equipment as needed. We made donations in the amount of $2,000 to 2 area food banks in lieu of having an in-person annual meeting, and we'll do the same this year. We are active in chamber events, Girls Inc., Kiwanis, Safety Village, and Boys and Girls Club events, just to name a few. Our staff is very dedicated to making a difference in our community and is happy to volunteer their time to do so. The credit union supports various local organizations with more than 42,000 in donations annually. The mission of our credit union is helping people live better lives. Our staff works very hard every day to fulfill that mission. We appreciate your virtual attendance today and support of your credit union. We are grateful for our 77 years serving our community. We also appreciate your continued support and look forward to meeting your financial needs and exceeding your expectations in 2022. Submitted on behalf of Linda Sharrow, Chairman of the Board. I will now review highlights of the Treasurer's Report. As we celebrate 77 years of service to our members and our community, we recognize that our success would not be possible without our dedicated team of volunteers and staff. I want to thank them for their efforts and congratulate them on our shared success. The financial report was emailed to you, and it reflects the growth and financial success we have experienced this year, even while encountering many new challenges brought on by the continuation of the pandemic. I want to highlight a couple of things from the report. Our assets have grown to $134 million, an increase of 18%. Our loans have grown to $71.6 million, an increase of 11.21%. Our reserves are very strong at $15.6 million. Your credit union remains strong and financially sound and continues to grow and serve our community. We are well capitalized and profitable. We have high operating expenses because we serve the underserved, and we offer many products and solutions that are expensive and at no cost to our members. We grant loans to members who can't get loans elsewhere, which means we charge off more loans than the average credit union. That's our purpose in our community, lending successfully to the credit challenged and finding solutions so that we can meet their needs. Our employees truly live the credit union's mission of helping people live better lives. We are making a difference in your community, and we are all very proud of that. Through your ongoing support, Natco Credit Union will continue to thrive and serve our community for the years to come. I hereby respectfully submit this report to the board and membership. Are there any questions on the treasurer's report? If so, just type your question in the chat and we'll do our best to answer it. No questions? All right, I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report. Thank you. I need a second to that motion. Thank you. And to accept the treasurer's report as presented, type yes in the chat. To oppose the treasurer's report, type no in the chat. Okay. Thank you very much. A report from the Natco Community Empowerment Center will now be presented by Sherry Gillen.
Good morning. The importance of empowering our community was evident in the year of 2021. The NCEC continued to provide vital services to our community members, which allowed them to better navigate the ever-changing environment of our global pandemic world. NCEC's VITA program continued to meet and exceed past numbers, serving 1,158 taxpayers with free tax preparation during the extended tax season in 2021. We continued our modified drive-up tax service to ensure everyone's health and safety while providing a much-needed service, especially during this difficult time. In August of 2021, NCEC partnered with Sylvan Nook Church of Christ in the Empowering You Connecting to Resources event. With funding from United Way of Whitewater Valley, we were able to plan and implement a local resource fair with over 40 different local agencies in the Wayne County area. This event gave individuals in our community one place to go and learn about a variety of agencies and organizations that could support them, educate them, and more. We held this event outside and were very pleased with the amount of community support. We were excited to see the return of many of our training opportunities in the year 2021. Partnering with the House of Ruth and the Connection Cafe in Connorsville, we were able to facilitate 2 training series called Getting Ahead in Just a Getting By World. Our 16 graduates were able to explore their financial path, both past and present, understand the basics of budgeting, develop goals, learn about the resources needed to thrive, learn about community resources, and create a plan for future success. Our poverty simulations called Living in Poverty, the Experience returned in 2021. In the fall, we were able to host 2 simulations with the help of many volunteers and the interest of many participants. We had 108 total individuals who either volunteered or participated in those events. As our community and world continues to change, NCEC will continue to evolve to better support our community with their needs. We look forward to 2022. Respectfully submitted on behalf of Dana Sinclair, Senior Community Outreach Coordinator. A report from the Loan Review Committee will be given by Kimmy Davis.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. I don't know what I did.
When the pandemic began in 2020, our members were affected emotionally, physically, and financially. To fulfill our mission, we focused on helping them through this unprecedented time, even as the pandemic continued to strain our members in 2021. We looked for ways to ease their financial burden of the pandemic by offering our members extension agreements so that they didn't have to make their loan payments during their loss of income. In total, we assisted over 1,100 members with payment relief on their loans over the past 2 years. We continued to see growth in Natco's Real Freedom credit card program. We ended the year with our highest credit card portfolio balance of $4.7 million. Our credit card program offers all the same features as the big banks, including a mobile app, customized mobile alerts, rewards points, and an introductory rate for balance transfers and purchases. In 2021, we approved an additional 381 Visa cards. We ended the year with our incredibly successful cashback refinance program. We offered our members 2% cash back when they moved their auto loan back to Natco, with up to $500 back in their pocket at the time of loan closing. We initially projected to fund 62 loans in the first year of the campaign and blew that out of the water with 228 loans and $5.5 million in balances by the end of the first year. By the end of last year, we gave our members over $85,000 in cash back during this campaign. Our hardworking loan team reviewed 8,400 loan applications during the year. Of this number, 23% could not be approved. During 2021, we granted 4,200 loans in the amount of $40 million, which is an 11% increase. In 2021, our delinquency ratio dropped to 0.79% and our charge-off ratio dropped to 0.72%. With the senior underwriting team in place, we have been able to continue lending to members with riskier credit while reducing our charge-off ratio. We also credit the work of the solutions department with reducing our overall delinquency ratio by helping members find solutions before they're unable to pay. This hard work creates a higher net yield of 7.37%. As always, you can continue to count on us to be a fair and compassionate lender. We will work tirelessly to think outside of the box to help you meet your financial goals, even when bad things happen. We look forward to serving your lending needs today and in the future for years to come. Respectfully, Kimmy Davis, Director of Sales and Service. Next, a report from the Supervisory Committee given by Sherry Dillon.
Throughout the year, the Supervisory Committee reviews the internal operation of your credit union. To accomplish this goal, the committee met in January, April, and November to complete specific audits of different areas of the organization. During 2021, they reviewed the scanned loan and account files to verify that all supporting documents were on hand to protect the interest of both the members and the credit union. While this is just one function of the committee, this is an extremely important function, as these files are reviewed by the Department of Financial Institutions during their periodic examination. The Supervisory Committee commissioned the accounting firm of Whitinger & Company, LLC, to perform a comprehensive audit of the credit union's procedures, policies, and accounts. Based on all internal checks mentioned above, it is our opinion that your credit union is in sound financial condition and is continually working to be prepared for the future. It is our considered opinion that the financial statement presented to you today is a true and accurate statement as to the financial condition of your credit union as of December 31st, 2021. Submitted on behalf of the Supervisory Committee, Daniel Wandersee, Chairman, Paul Weiss, Dan Jennings, and Donna Kitchell.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Kimmy. Is there any other business to come before the meeting at this time? If so, please type your question into the chat or your topic, and we will address it. Directors, members, feel free to use the chat feature. No? Okay. A few of our officers and committee members have completed a term of office as of this date. To show our appreciation for the many hours they spend fulfilling their credit union responsibilities, we will be presenting each of them with a token of our appreciation. Mike Helms, Linda Sharrow, and Daniel Wandersee. The business of the annual meeting is now complete. I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Just type it into the chat, please. Thank you. And a second to that motion. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now adjourned. Thank you for attending.